Hello there, my name is David McDonough, and the reason why I'm shooting this video is to give a testimonial about a guy that I have the privilege and honor to know. His name's Travis Steele, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of story about how we met and why I want to shoot this video and give a very positive testimonial to the type of man that Travis is for me. Okay, please, I'm not new to doing videos, so please bear with me. Okay, I'm a very new internet marketer. I came online a little over a year ago because I was trying to find, just like everybody else, a way to make extra money because my full-time income is the only income my household has because my wife stays at home with our kids, and she just recently got a very temporary job, but for the most part I'm the income earner. So I was looking online because I've done the second job and it took away massive away from my family, and it was very stressful time, so I didn't want to do that again. So I started looking online because you hear all the time with emails in your email box about do this and make $15,000 a month, do that and make $5,000 a month. There's tons of them. Well, anyway, I jumped on an opportunity, and I'm sitting there. I'm trying. It had training, so I'm going through the training. You're on Facebook. You're posting in groups. You're trying to make friends, trying to make a name out of yourself. And I was online one evening, and this guy popped in on my message. His name was Travis Steele. He was in the same opportunity I was at the time. And he was from Australia. And so I'm thinking, this is nighttime here, daytime over there. Well, we got to talking, and he was asking questions how I was doing, which I was struggling, and wasn't going very well, and stuff like that. So he took it upon himself trying to help teach me because he'd been in the internet marketer arena for a few more years and have learned a few things. So we got to talking through Facebook and stuff like that. Well, long story short, we wound up joining in another system together, and he was my sponsor. He brought me in, and there were some other. It was a big system that had different income streams together. We were involved in a lot of the ones already in there. So they came up with this new one called Leaf International. It was a new company just starting out. Basically, you bought advertisement through them, and you did daily activity, and you made a daily income. Well, at that time, there's so many different things flying at you, at me personally, that I couldn't afford it at all to get in. And I told him that way. I'm like, look, I'm sorry, I can't get into another thing because I'm strapped. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I don't know if this will work, and I was really apprehensive. And he said, that's fine. But he left me with something that I'll never forget. His whole mentality was he wanted to get me to where I could quit my job. That was his goal. It wasn't. He never really said that he wanted to do something for himself. Yes, he mentioned he wanted to retire I believe his wife's parents, and he wanted to just do that. He's also a musician, which I think is pretty dang cool. But he calls himself the rock and roll marketeer, which is, I never thought that until I actually saw he was in a band. You know, didn't put two and two together. But that's a little cool thing. But anyway, like I said, he never focused it on himself. He always focuses on me and what he could do for me and what were my aspirations, what did I want to do, and he tried to fit things with me. So, I mean, he was building his business, and the one thing that we started out, he left for his own personal reasons, and I'm still in, but he left, started doing other things, and he was building his teams and making his money and all that stuff. But he always came back to me. He always would shoot me up on Facebook, hey, how's it going, what's up, the kind of thing, and he was basically my first internet friend, you know, and even though we talked one time through Skype in an event in a business thing that we got into, and that fell through, and he was very upset. He was more upset the fact that I got hurt than he was that he got hurt, you know? That's the impression I got anyway. And so, I mean, it's hard to put it into words. It's really hard. And I'm trying to think of all this stuff and make it sounds coherent and stuff like that. So, like I said, bear with me. But he always came back, even just to talk as friends. And he never really hit me up, hey, I just found this other thing, or whatever. I don't know how many he had going on, whatever, but he always kept that connection. And I really never realized it until later on, you know? And because this whole network thing is about networking with people and stuff like that. And I never had that, you know? Most of my friends I grew up with. And, but yeah, here's this guy across the globe that, I mean, I have a good thing about remembering things that people tell me, and that's one of my gifts, if you want to call it, that I try to retain, you know, because if you can pick up something from somebody they might said in passing and you remember it, that tells them that you're interested, that you want to pay attention, that you're actually concerned, or you give them time that's valuable to them to know this information. So he did that too. And that really struck with me, you know. So, anyway, about late July of this year, he hits me up. Hey, Dave, you still want to get involved with Leaf? And I've looked at Leaf a little bit more, and I saw the opportunity. But like I said, still then, living paycheck to paycheck, stuff was coming at me through life, and I just didn't have the money. I said, well, I'd love to, excuse me, but I don't have the money. I don't have the resources. And I wasn't going to jeopardize anything in my family in order to do this. Because I've done it in the past. Wasn't going to do it again. Excuse me. And, excuse me while I take a drink. Then he did something that I never thought in a million years that he would do. He told me, I'll buy your way in. Now I'm sitting here looking at this message on my on my phone from Facebook, seeing that this guy is willing to pay all the entrance fees, all the compliance fees and stuff to get me going, because he had enough money he was making at the time that he knew that he could help people, and he reached out to me. How cool is that? What does that tell you about the character of this man? That he would put his own money invested into a guy that he only knew through the internet, that's on the other side of the world. He actually sent his credit card information through the internet in this day and age to me to use to get me involved in Leaf. To buy my way in, to get my affiliate status set up. I will tell you right now, there's not enough words in my head or in the vocabulary or whatever to express how grateful I am to him for doing this. How grateful my family is for me doing this. Now, it's not like he gave me a formula to make $100,000 in the first year, or I'm making thousands of dollars a day. Don't get me wrong. I'm starting out small, but I'm starting. And this is my very first successful business in the internet's marketing space. My very first one. And I owe it to Mr. Travis Steele. And I'll never forget this. And I made a promise to this man that I will build a business that he could be proud of. To know that he invested in a guy that he barely knew, and I made it something he could be proud of. And he said something the other day, as of making this video, I gave him an update, and he told me that I have recruited the most people into Leaf in his team, and I haven't recruited. It's a few. It ain't like astonishing numbers, but to have that makes me feel good, because it makes me feel like I am paying him back somehow for the extraordinary generosity he has given me. And one day, I will have enough money where I'm going to fly to Australia and meet Mr. Travis Steele and his family and shake his hand, and look him in the eye and thank him for what he did. So, hopefully I did as well. I don't know what he asked for testimonial, so this is my very heartfelt testimonial, my very true and honest testimonial, and I hope he likes it. Sorry why the car's passing me by. I'm sitting out in my truck because it's the only place I can get away from my family to do this without distraction. So, but hopefully you've gotten the impression of what kind of man that he is through my experience with him. And I'll tell you right now, I will follow this guy for a long time in the internet marketing field. And he's invested in other things, and right now, if I could, I would, kind of thing. They're a little bit richer endeavors. Well, like I said, I'm building small, but I'm building. Excuse me. Next year will be a totally different story, I can tell you right now. But I'm going to follow this guy and keep tabs on him, because we are like-minded. He is all about helping people, all about their success, because his success is going to be a natural benefit from finding success in other people, helping them to get successful. And it makes you feel good. It honestly does. It makes you feel good when you help people. And it doesn't have to be the $5,000 months or the $10,000 months or 20 or 30, whatever amount it is. But if you can show people how they can make money on the internet and make a profit, even a couple bucks, most people are going to be ecstatic, When it's a 95% failure rate as an industry standard, and you help somebody beat that, that's a big accomplishment. He's done that for me. And he's done that for many other people I am sure of in his other organizations. So, if you're watching this, and he sent this to you, whatever he's wanting you to look at, whatever he's wanting to invest in, if you can, if anything possible you can do to get involved with this man, do it. You will be highly rewarded with his friendship, with his training, with his knowledge, with his just general wanting to do good by others kind of mentality. And I know for a fact that he just doesn't look at every little thing that comes down the pike. He actually takes his time investing, because he's also investing for his own family. So he has that in mind. So he's not going to show you something that A, he doesn't believe in, and B, he's not totally invested in himself. So just get those out of your head. So when he's showing you something and he wants you to seriously take a look at it, and if it's all possible that you can do it, do it. You will greatly benefit from it. So there's so much I can give more. I don't want to keep rambling, try to keep this down. So once again, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you got the sense of what Travis Steele's like from one of his students, one of his trainees, one of his business partners, and a guy who's blessed to call him a friend. So I don't know much more I can say, but that's it. Thank you for watching, and you have a good day. And like he thinks, and like I think, I wish you massive success in anything that you do. Take care. God bless.